everybody, hope you're doing well. For everybody who's been curious about what the Lawn Buddy app is all about, we're going to do a walkthrough of it today. About 90% of the functionality in the Lawn Buddy platform is found in the app. If you need the additional features, you can always log in at pro.lawnbuddy.com to explore those additional features. Let's go ahead and dive in together and take a look at how simple and easy it is to manage your business with Lawn Buddy. The first screen that you're always going to see in the Lawn Buddy app is the Jobs screen. But before we get to explaining that too much, we're actually going to jump into the first of what I call the big three in the platform. The first piece of it is the Customer Detailed screen. This is going to be a way for you to track all of your customers that you've ever had within the platform. And you'll be able to track everything that you've ever done for them, as well as the bids that you have, the invoices that you've sent that they've paid or not paid, customer information, all of those things. So let's take a quick look at that. You can see here on the customer detail screen, I've got one-touch contact up in that upper third portion of the screen, as well as the ability to send an invoice very, very easily. If I scroll to the left, I'll see the information on this sample customer, Larry, with all of his information listed, including the automatic invoicing that we have set up for him. I also have the different properties under his name, all the jobs that we've ever completed on those properties, any that he's canceled, as well as the ones that we still are going to do for him. We've got the bid section as well, and this is where you would build a bid from scratch, bidding for business with Larry. You can also track any bids that you've already sent, the status of those bids, and the subcategories listed here. We've also got invoices, so you'll see when an invoice has been sent and all the information on that invoice, as well as any payments that have gone through on the account. That's the first of the big three because it's important to know who your customers are, what you've accomplished for them so far, and what kind of relationship you have with them. Continuing on from there, we're going to go back to the jobs section here, and I want to show you how easy it is to schedule a job directly from the customer detail page. You can also schedule jobs from other places in the app, but what we want to go from here for now. I'm going to go ahead and create a job. And creating a job is going to give us the ability to put in a job description, which the customer will see. We might say lawn care or whatever it is that you've agreed with them for maybe their weekly recurring maintenance. Any notes that you want to add in, the amount of the job, what crew it's assigned to. So let's assign this to Scott's crew, for example. And then whether or not this is a recurring job or whether it's a multi-day job. Let's go recurring for this one, for the sake of example. Let's say that this happens every 2 weeks and that we're never going to stop doing this job. There's never going to be an end date on the calendar when it stops recurring. Once I save the job, it's not only going to be captured under Larry's account, but it's also going to be captured on my overall job schedule. I'm going to put in notes right here so you can see where that comes through as well before I save this job. Job has been saved. So now I'm going to go to the second of the big three, which is kind of your jobs and schedule management. Now, for those of you who are working with crews, you do have the ability to dispatch out from here as well. So dispatching is a part of the platform, but it's as easy as selecting which crew this is going to go to, and it pops up on their app instantaneously for them to complete that work on the day that you've selected. So right now we're looking at Scott's crew. I can look at any of the crews listed here, or I can just go to the unassigned jobs. If I go over to Scott's crew where I just assigned this job for Larry, scroll down, I'm going to see it right here at the bottom, that job for $50. If I click into that job as an administrator or business owner on the account, I can see all kinds of things. I again have one-touch contact ability. I have the ability to select the address and be routed directly to Larry's home. Any notes that I had put in for my crew to see, as well as the description. I can add photos, save the job, mark the job complete, anything else that I need to do from the platform. Now, in a moment, I'm going to show you how this works in the crew application because there's a little bit less information that the crew members need to see than that the business owner needs to see. So we'll look at that momentarily. For now, I'm going to go ahead and back out and show you a couple different views of the jobs. Some folks like to view this in a calendar view, and we do have that newly available in the Lawn Buddy app. You can go through and see what days are full, what days are not full, and look at all the information on the jobs for those days. You can also do a mapping view of all of your jobs to ensure that you are routing them to the correct crews on the most dense routes possible. Now, like I said, we'll look at that in the Crew app in just a moment. But first, I want to go to another really important piece of the platform. I'm going to go back to Larry's profile, and I'm going to click on Send an Invoice. Now, LawnBuddy is built so that you never actually have to send an invoice manually. But I want to show you how, because it's important to understand how that works. In sending an invoice automatically, it's as simple as typing in the amount of the invoice and marking that to be sent. But you also can add line items, whether that's time or material or just a general service item. You can also add jobs, meaning if you scheduled a job for Larry, whether that's been completed or not, you can go ahead and select that to be a part of the invoice that you're about to send out. We can do a preview, which I'd highly recommend if you've never used LawnBuddy before, because it'll show you what your customer will see. We can save the invoice for later, or we can go ahead and send it out to Larry. However, because Larry is set up to receive invoices automatically when a job is completed, we're actually able to simply mark the job complete, and an invoice will be sent out to Larry immediately. So all the contact information he has, both email and text. Now you're done with all three of the big three: tracking your customer information, tracking your schedules and deploying to crews, as well as sending an invoice to the customer. And it was as easy as setting up a job and going from there. Now, as we finish out our walkthrough of the big three, it's important that you see what the Crew app looks like. So I'm going to log into my Crew app and show you guys what it would look like on the platform. All right, I'm assigned to Scott's Crew, and so Larry's job, although it's been completed in the other app, I have another job for Larry that's listed here at the bottom of my screen. The Crew app allows for some accountability for your crew members. It allows them to essentially check in and check out of a job, and this allows you to track how long they were on each job. So when I arrive at the job, I'm going to mark check in. And notice that I only have a few of the details of the job. I don't actually have contact information for the customer. I don't have the pricing of the job. All I know is what I need to do and what I need to complete. I can add photos just as an administrator can, and then I can save the job. And when the job is completed, I can mark checkout and mark that job complete. Now, as a crew member, I have no capability to send invoices either, but if the automatic invoicing is set up, an invoice just got sent to that customer. The other side of the Crew app that's a little bit new is called the checklist feature. And this allows for some additional accountability as well as some helpful reminders for your crew at the end of the day. I'm going to take a look at the blue Chevy checklist here. And just for sake of example, this is what I would be looking at as a crew member. Not only can you add notes and photos for each item and the overall checklist, but some fields are going to be required as far as check marking each field to ensure that I checked on that particular item throughout the day. And these are self-defined, so you would just define what you want your employees to check off at the end of the day, such as how much gas is remaining in the truck, either 100 gallons or half a tank. 100 gallons is a lot for a truck. 40 gallons. Or whether you're looking at logging the riding mower hours. So now, let's say on the riding mower it shows 260 hours, and you just want to notate that. Have them take a picture of the hours if you want, and on down the line. Once that checkbox is completed on the platform and they've completed the entire checklist, they're able to mark that complete, and then you'll get a roll-up of their day as well as timestamps of beginning and ending the checklist. That's an overview of the LawnBuddy app. Hope that's helpful for you guys. Reach out to us anytime at lawnbuddy.com, hello@lawnbuddy.com, and be sure to check out the web version as well at pro.lawnbuddy.com. Thanks so much.